What is going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice, because that is my nickname. Appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash that like button right about now, as it does help these videos get to the public and my channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you do not miss a single one of those videos that I post. It is only right. You guys, listen, the Houston Texans should be ashamed. They should be embarrassed by the fact that they blew a 24-0 lead and due to the fact that they gave up over 50 points to the Kansas City Chiefs. They should be ashamed of the way they lost in their performance today. And if I'm a Houston Texans fan, I want the Houston Texans to clean house, meaning Bill O'Brien, he needs to go. Romeo Crennel, he needs to go. If the Houston Texans want to reach new heights, if they want to get better and compete for Super Bowls and not get embarrassed and annihilated like they did for most of this game, they need to clean house right now. Bill O'Brien, he needs to go. Romeo Crennel, he needs to go. And there's no excuses for the Houston Texans giving up over 50 points to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't care how great Patrick Mahomes is. I don't care how hot he was. I don't care how great Travis Kelce is. I don't care about any of that. There's no excuses. And listen, the Houston Texans with Bill O'Brien and Romeo Crennel and Deshaun Watson on the team, they're always going to be comparable. They will always somehow make the playoffs just because they have a great roster. But in order to reach new heights, they need to clean house. Romeo Crennel is outdated. And Bill O'Brien, he's not good enough to elevate Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans to new heights. And it's a shame. It's embarrassing. Everyone on the Houston Texans, from their defense, their offense, their special teams, everyone deserves some type of blame for how they lost, including Deshaun Watson. You know, Deshaun Watson played well. He had over 400 yards on the day. But see, the thing about Deshaun Watson is the area that I'm going to criticize him in is, listen, I'm going to use a basketball analogy here. If you're LeBron James and Kevin Durant is out there scorching you on the court, and he's out there just dropping bucket after bucket after bucket, and his team is going on a big-time scoring barrage and a run, LeBron James, I expect you to stop the bleeding. And in this case, Deshaun Watson, he didn't stop the bleeding. There was about a quarter and a half in which Deshaun Watson he didn't have an answer for Patrick Mahomes. Now, again, it wasn't totally his fault. It had to do a lot with the play calling. There was a missed field goal toward the end of the half. But again, Deshaun Watson didn't play bad, but he didn't do what was required of him. And to a certain extent, that might be unfair, just because anytime your team gives up 50 points, that's a lot to ask of you to respond to. So again, listen, the bottom line, the Houston Texans got exposed, okay? They got exposed, they got annihilated, and they were shown for what they truly are. A team that has some pretty good weapons, they can score some points, but they're not coached well. The offensive line is not very good. They don't pay attention to detail, and they just constantly rely on Deshaun Watson way too much to bail them out, and they finally got exposed by a real team in the Kansas City Chiefs, a team that had a quarterback that can match Deshaun Watson, offensive line that can block J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless. Where was J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless the entire game? Patrick Mahomes was literally not even touched. Where was Garyon Conley? Where was Bradley Roby? This Texans defense was god-awful. And if you want to not fire Bill O'Brien, I personally think the Houston Texans would be wrong to not do that, just because I think he needs to go. I don't care that he keeps winning his division. Listen, that's expected of you when you have these types of teams. You should be winning your division. That's the minimum, okay? Now, it'd be one thing if Bill O'Brien and the Houston Texans kind of lost this game close, but no, they blew this game. They had this game in their grasp and in their hands. They were up 24-0 in the second quarter, and they end up losing the game, I believe, 31-51. That's inexcusable. At one point, the Houston Texans gave up 5 touchdowns in roughly a 12-minute stretch. They gave up 5 unanswered touchdowns. That is inexcusable. And if Romeo Crennel is still the defensive coordinator of this team by next year, if I'm a Texans fan, I'd be really, really upset, because he needs to go. His scheme and philosophy is outdated. And listen, Bill O'Brien, he's not a terrible head coach. He's not Freddie Kitchens. He's not Jim Schwartz from a couple years ago when he was coaching the Detroit Lions. He's not terrible, but he's not up to par. He's not good enough. A lot of coaches can do what Bill O'Brien does. He's not good enough to carry this Texans team over the top. He doesn't deserve Deshaun Watson. And guys, listen, early in the game, I felt the Houston Texans had a chance to upset the Chiefs. You know, they had Kenny Stills wide open for a touchdown. They go up 7-0. There were about 6 drops in the first half by Chiefs wide receivers. They were dropping passes left and right. Tyreek Hill fumbles. They block a punt and return for a touchdown on special teams. And Deshaun Watson, the Houston Texans offense, for about the first 17 or 18 minutes of the game, they looked like they could do no wrong. They were up 24-0. The Chiefs do score a touchdown, but then Bill O'Brien happens. Bill O'Brien, first of all, not going for it on 4th and 1 to put a nail in the coffin for the game. I have a problem with that. Selling for that field goal on 4th and 1, I got a problem with it because you're on the road. It's the playoffs. Be aggressive. And then Bill O'Brien on special teams tries to do a fake punt. What are you doing? That was so dumb by Bill O'Brien. I just feel so sorry for Deshaun Watson and this team that they have to deal with Bill O'Brien as their head coach because he just does not strike me as a great head coach. His in-game decision-making and his team's inability to be prepared week to week is astonishing. This team is so inconsistent. Your team reveals your head coach's attitude. And Bill O'Brien is just an okay head coach. He's very inconsistent. He makes very dumb decisions. And the Houston Texans, they should be up there with the Chiefs. They should be up there with the 49ers. They should be one of the top dogs in the league. But unfortunately, their team that's led by Deshaun Watson that has to have him bail them out. And that's just the reality of the situation for the Houston Texans. They got exposed, you know. I had a feeling it might happen just because last week the Buffalo Bills should have beaten the Houston Texans. They had multiple opportunities in the red zone to put them away. It didn't happen. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills left a lot of points on the table. They were atrocious in the second half. And Deshaun Watson played perfectly. And they barely escaped the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen in overtime, you know. And listen, once Bill O'Brien made that decision to go for it on the fake punt when the Texans were up 24-7, it changed the whole momentum of the game. That blew the game right there. The Kansas City Chiefs did not look back. The Houston Texans didn't score again until, I believe, a couple seconds left in the third quarter. I mean, they just had so many mistakes after that. They couldn't tackle. Where was the adjustments from Romeo Crennel? Where were the adjustments from Bill O'Brien? Defensively, there were so many lack of adjustments in that game. They just let Kansas City do whatever they want to do. Now, part of the blame has to go to J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless and the Texans defense because, let's be real, where were they? They didn't show up. I didn't see them today. I have an APB out for J.J. Watt, Whitney Merciless, Bradley Roby, and all those guys. Their defense was god-awful. And you would think that Romeo Crennel would try to double Travis Kelce, but he didn't do it. He just let Travis Kelce go absolutely off. I believe Travis Kelce had 3 or 4 touchdowns in this game. Patrick Mahomes had all day to throw. There was no aggressiveness to the Texans defense on the day. They were not put in situations to succeed. So again, if I'm the Texans, listen, I got to clean house. I got to change some things up. I need a coach that's going to put me over the top. I need a defensive coordinator that brings in new ideas. And the Houston Texans, they just got exposed for the team that they are. A team that actually got outgained this year. A team that lost to Kyle Allen at home. A team that lost to a rookie quarterback, Drew Lock, at home. A team that somehow found a way to beat the Patriots and somehow found a way to beat the Chiefs during the regular season. But we know the Houston Texans are not anything serious. They're not a contender. And they're just a team with a couple good wide receivers with a really good quarterback. And they got exposed today. You cannot ask Deshaun Watson to do everything for you. This is very Andrew Luck and Aaron Rodgers-esque. The Houston Texans are a team that just relies on Deshaun Watson to carry them and allow them to do no wrong. He has to make up for every hole in the team. The running game, the offensive line, the wide receivers not getting open, the bad defense, the bad coaching. He just has to make up for so many things, and it's unfortunate for him. The Houston Texans, they're going home. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. That offense is scary, man. They can score with anyone, man. Terrell Suggs, he was a very good pickup. Chris Jones did not play in this game. They're going to get him back hopefully next week versus the Tennessee Titans. It should be a very good game. If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I really like my chances as far as making the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl just because I got Patrick Mahomes who threw 5 touchdown passes on the day. Patrick Mahomes was special. He was amazing. He was great. You know, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is a little bit more. Let me say this. I think Patrick Mahomes is a mini Aaron Rodgers to a certain extent because they're just guys that can make certain throws that other people cannot make. They can just make perfect throws that you cannot defend. I think Patrick Mahomes has a stronger arm than Aaron Rodgers, but he doesn't have his accuracy. Aaron Rodgers might be the most accurate quarterback of all time. Patrick Mahomes is very accurate, but not Aaron Rodgers level accurate. But again, he makes up with it with his rocket arm. He has a little bit more zip to the football than Aaron Rodgers would ever like to have. So again, Patrick Mahomes, he's great. He reminded you guys of why he's the reigning league MVP, why he's better than Deshaun Watson, why he's better than Lamar Jackson, why he's arguably maybe the best quarterback in football today, maybe not named Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. I think Patrick Mahomes is special, and as long as him and Andy Reid are together and they have those great wide receivers, they're going to score a lot of points and they're going to be in contention pretty much every single year. The Kansas City Chiefs are scary. The fact that they put up about 4 or 5 touchdowns unanswered, it's just scary. They can strike you in so many different ways, and they just score in bunches. They remind me of the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant to a certain extent, because Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors, they would go on a run, mainly in the third quarter or late in the fourth quarter, where they just score a bunch of points, hit a bunch of threes, and you're just like, man, they just went on a 25-0 run. We can't do anything about that. The only problem the Chiefs really have is they don't have a true running game. But guys, Patrick Mahomes, he was the leading rusher for the Chiefs today. So if Patrick Mahomes can do things like that and make some plays off schedule with his legs, that team is even more scarier. I do still worry about their run defense, but again, if you're scoring a bunch of points and the opposing team has to keep up with you, and if you get out to an early lead on them and make the other team come from behind, then that's the formula for the Chiefs to win. So again, the Kansas City Chiefs, they're legit. Pat Mahomes is great. Their defense is improved. It did give up some plays that they probably shouldn't have gave up today. Deshaun Watson was pretty comfortable in the pocket. I still have my reservations for that defense, but again, it's improved. It's getting better. They'll get Chris Jones back. Terrell Suggs was a great pickup. Tyrone Matthew was a very good pickup, and the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be hard to stop, man. I would not be shocked if they win at all. They could beat the 49ers. They could beat the Packers. They could beat the Tennessee Titans. I don't know if they'll beat the Titans quite yet. I'll have a preview out for you guys pretty soon down the road. But again, appreciate you guys for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to comment, subscribe. Tell me where I'm right. Tell me where I'm wrong. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God blessed day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.